What are the best small towns to live in Clark County, Washington? Today, I'm giving you my top 3. Hey, welcome back to the Living in Vancouver and Camas, Washington YouTube channel. I'm your host, Hannah Dubyne, and I'm super stoked that you're here today because we're talking about 3 awesome small towns in Clark County, Washington. If you're thinking about moving to the area and you want that small town lifestyle, this is probably the video for you. I'm gonna go over, I believe these are our 3 smallest towns in Clark County, and they all have kind of their own unique things. By the way, if you're thinking about moving here, you should sign up for our email list, Weekend Happenings with Hannah. We send it out every week. We put 4 or 5 of the best events happening in the area. We hand curate it for you guys. We promise we're not gonna spam you, so sign up down below. Okay, I'm gonna start from smallest to largest. So the first town I wanna share with you guys is 𝐂𝐤𝐿𝐒. Hold your horses for this one, guys. 𝐂𝐤𝐿𝐒 has a population of 1,700 people. That's right, less than 2,000 people live in 𝐂𝐤𝐿𝐒, so it's really, really small, especially if you're coming from like a big city. This is definitely a town where people know each other because there's only 1,700 people. So it really is a spot where everyone knows everyone. And as you can imagine, a town of 1,700, I don't get up there very often. I don't have opportunities to help clients buy or sell up there super often just because there's not that many homes up there. But when I do go up there, it is literally so cute. I remember being up there in the summer with some clients touring properties, and the downtown, we drove through the downtown briefly, had American flags lining the main street. And that was just so cute to me. It was so American, right? A little American small town. The downtown is so small there. It's got a post office, a general store, an auto shop, like a coffee shop, and some churches, and that's pretty much it. If you're wondering how far out you are from civilization in 𝐂𝐤𝐿𝐒, it's gonna take you about 30 minutes to get from 𝐂𝐤𝐿𝐒 to I-5 back to the freeway. So it is a little bit out there. It's further than pretty much every other city in this area, maybe besides Ariel. So definitely for those who like more of the rural living lifestyle. But that's 𝐂𝐤𝐿𝐒, and if you're looking for a really, really small town, you should check it out. Next city on my list is Le Center. Le Center is a little bit bigger, ringing in with a population right now of about 3,700, I almost said 37,000. 3,700, so less than 4,000 people live in Le Center. And again, it's that small town vibe where everyone knows each other. With 3,700 people, it's hard not to run into the same people over and over again. Le Center has a high home ownership rate, which a lot of these small towns do, by the way, because they're just not super rent friendly for investors, which is fine. Lots of rural properties in Le Center, and Le Center is much closer. It's right off the freeway, actually, so you don't have to drive 30 minutes just to get back to civilization. So if you want that small town vibe, but a little bit closer in, Le Center might be a good fit for you. This is a 3-school school district, so just 1 middle school, one elementary, 1 middle school, 1 high school. So if you bring your kids there, your kids are gonna grow up with the same people all throughout school, which is kind of a cool experience. I knew some people that went to school in Le Center, and they had a very small graduating class. I think she said it was like 50 or 60 maybe. It's a great spot. It's close to nature. You can go hiking there. You're close to boating spots like Lake Merwin. If you live in 𝐂𝐤𝐿𝐒, you're very close to Lake Merwin as well. So if you're a nature lover, it would be a great spot for you. City number 3 on my list is 𝐭𝐿𝑒. 𝐭𝐿𝑒 is the biggest of these 3 with a population right now of about 17,000 people, which is still pretty small. And 𝐭𝐿𝑒 is much further south than 𝐂𝐤𝐿𝑒 and Le Center. 𝐂𝐤𝐿𝐒 and Le Center are more North County. 𝐭𝐿𝑒 we would consider to be East County. In fact, part of 𝐭𝐿𝑒 is in 𝐂𝐐EMENIA County, which is the next county over. 𝐭𝐿𝑒 is just barely east of Camas, and if you've been watching my channel or researching online, you know that Camas is a very popular spot to live these days. I would say more development is pushing into 𝐭𝐿𝑒, but it's still got those small town vibes, and it's still very blue collar. It's not quite like as polished as Camas, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. People I find are very down to earth in 𝐭𝐿𝑒. They're kind, just American, hardworking people. And the perk of living in 𝐭𝐿𝑒 is that it's a little bit bigger and it's much closer to civilization, quote unquote, but you could still know your neighbors and know the people in your community. 𝐍𝐞𝐢𝐠𝐡𝐛𝐨𝐫𝐡𝐨𝐲 does have a Safeway directly in it, so you wouldn't have to drive a couple towns over just to go to a big grocery store. In 𝐍𝐞𝐢𝐠𝐡𝐴, the main street with businesses and restaurants and other commerce is E Street, and that runs throughout 𝐍𝐞𝐢𝐠𝐡𝐴. There is a historic downtown 𝐍𝐞𝐢𝐠𝐡𝐴. 𝐍𝐞𝐢𝐠𝐡𝐴's been around for a long time as well. I would say downtown 𝐍𝐞𝐢𝐠𝐡𝐴 is more sleepy than Camas for being so close into the city, but it's getting revitalized. My hairdresser is on the main street of downtown 𝐍𝐞𝐢𝐠𝐡𝐴, and there's some other businesses that have come in recently, so we hope for more. 𝐍𝐞𝐢𝐠𝐡𝐴 is also great about community events or clubs that happen. They do a Christmas tree lighting, they do a fireworks show at the waterfront in the summertime. There are running clubs, there are school groups, church groups, so there's always something that everyone can be a part of. Another really cool thing about 𝐍𝐞𝐢𝐠𝐡𝐴 that I like, which is definitely more common than out in 𝐂𝐎𝐽𝐿 or La Center, is that there's a good amount of agricultural happening there. You know, there's people that have tree farms. If you go cut your own Christmas tree, which yes, you can do that here in Washington State, they grow in the wild. You can literally go out to a whole bunch of Christmas tree farms and have a whole experience with the family. There's pumpkin patches. There's people that sell eggs on the side of the road, and they just put them out in their stand. It's kind of a honor system. Hopefully people don't take advantage of that. They usually don't. There's plenty of open pasture land where their cows are grazing or their llamas or whatever they have. People have chickens out in 𝐍𝐞𝐢𝐠𝐡𝐴, so it's kind of a cool vibe. That is everything I wanted to share with you about the 3 best small towns to live in Clark County. I know all of these towns, cities, whatever you want to call them, are amazing in their own respect. If you're looking for that small town living, one of these might be a great fit for you. And if you're thinking about moving to Vancouver, Camas, 𝐍𝐞𝐢𝐠𝐡𝐴, 𝐂𝐝𝐿, La Center, anywhere in Clark County, myself and my team at Dubyne Realty Group at Real Broker, we would love to serve you. We would love to hear from you and answer your questions. So email us, text us, DM us on Instagram, and we can't wait to see you next week. Thanks for watching.